What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Today we're talking about exes, hookups, and the illusion of just friends. Or as I like to put it, can we just be friends after that? All right. How do I go into this? Let's be honest. Can you really be just friends with someone you've already had a whole situation with? Like, are we grabbing coffee as friends? Or are we fucking or what? So, it's this whole idea of, can you actually go backwards once you slept with somebody, once you did things with somebody? Yeah. Or is it just you both pretending it never happened and that's that? All right. First question.
Yes.
Is it actually possible to be just friends after you're intimate together?
It is possible. Yes.
Whoa. Typical woman response.
No, I think anything is possible. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I think it's totally possible, but it really depends on the relationship you have with the person.
That is true.
I think
is very true.
I think you're better off. Well, I don't know. It's hard because... So the way that I always illustrate this is if you take a seed and you grow that seed into a beautiful tree, you can't shove the tree back down into the seed. That's not how that works. Now, if you can do that, that's crazy. But likely you can't.
Well, you know of that before. Before.
And after?
No, before.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Yeah, I guess.
That fits in that category.
I guess.
You know my past. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Show me your past, I'll show you your future.
Even our friend at the gym knows about that past. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, but the problem is, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
There's always going to be some level of feelings. Now, and usually I'll say that there's always some element of feelings on one side. Like, I'm going to go on the side that I think it's always better to cut off the friendship afterwards if you both decide not to pursue anything. Now, that's not to say you can't be mutual with one another when you go out in public.
Yes.
But I don't think you guys should be actively pursuing and hanging out and doing all that kind of stuff.
No. Yeah.
So, like, because, like, there's been situations that I can name where there's girls and whatever, it gets freaky one night, you know, at the Diddy party, whatever, and baby oil's flying. Yeah, like, there's been lots of instances where, you know, that happens and whatever. A friend turns into more than a friend for the night. And you might not want to revisit it, but you might revisit it. Now, there's been cases where it's been really bad and cases where it's been really good. Now, the cool girls where it's like, okay, hey, we did that. That was kind of cool. Kind of a sweet thing to do, but let's not do it again. And they're like, yeah, no problem.
Yep.
It works out great. You can be friendly with one another.
Right.
But the problem is that there's always going to be that underlying tension because you know that's a potential.
Yes.
So, I'm going to go with no for this.
Okay. That's fine.
But there's a lot of intricacies to it.
Yes, there is.
Does it matter what kind of intimacy it was?
What do you mean? I'm only thinking of one type of intimacy.
No. Like one-time hookup, long-term, or like a shorter-term situationship, or dating but not exclusive, or exclusively dating but not dating exclusively.
I don't think it matters. What?
You think all of it? It's all fine.
I think it's all like. I think it doesn't matter what your status or how it was or whatever. Anything is applicable to me, at least. Like,
yeah. Well,
and again, I think it depends. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I think it all depends on like how you ended off. Like, were you guys like cool afterwards, or were you obviously if you're at each other's throat and you're like fucking hate each other's guts, you're obviously not going to be talking to them or doing that. But if you ended off in a pretty good note and you can like keep it casual and keep it like friendly, then I don't see there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
that's just my take on it.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, if you guys can do that, then that works great.
I hear a but.
Well, my whole thing is like, if you're fooling around,
yes,
and you stop fooling around and go, but I really enjoy you as a person,
right?
but I don't want to fool around with you anymore.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but no, like.
Yeah, but no, but what?
Yeah, like I'm organizing my thoughts as I think about this.
Okay.
Because, like, it's one thing to fool around with somebody and be like, okay, we're fooling around, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
It's like cutting the lines in the sand, oh, friends with benefits, whatever.
Right.
But when it starts, I guess, but the friends with benefits is fine if it goes back to friends. You just have to call it as it is and let that be that. I think I'm referring more as, no, it's not possible once you start going into a relationship and then the other person wants to pull it back from, I know we were in a relationship, I know we were doing whatever, let's end it, and let's go back to friendship.
If that is the case in this scenario, no, it'd be too hard to do that. And again, it depends on who's the one that wants to pull back and who's the one that wants to stay in it. I think for the one that wants to stay in it would have a hard time adjusting to just being friends in that scenario, because there's just too much feelings are obviously and were involved, as well as other types of emotions. So for you to go back as friends, maybe acquaintances is more like it, that you would be like in passing.
Acquaintances are fine,
which is fine. But friends, I don't think that's too hard.
Short-term stuff, no problem.
Yeah.
Because you're not really building the emotional intensity and that kind of aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like the short-term stuff, or the stuff that's very like clearly categorized as like friends with benefits, or like even situationships. It's no problem as long as it's ending amicably and you're both cool people. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with going back to a friendship, especially if you enjoy each other as people. Yeah. Because like I can think of a couple instances where it's whatever, a night of passion, and then it's been fine.
But you're talking like long-term.
Well, in a long-term scenario, I don't think there's a way to go back to it.
I don't think so either. I think it'd be really hard.
Not healthily. Like, because then there's always that underlying, like, we had all this history together. Yeah. And the relationship that you have from a friendship, the one thing from a friendship is, I'm totally losing my train of thought. Friendship, relationship, and emotional and like relationships, like emotional intimacy, partner relationships are very different from friendships. Just because the barriers and everything. And I find you cross too much here that you can't really go back to being friends because you always have that deeper underlying aspect.
Yeah, but even to make it go like even further, it's like, how would you feel if you guys end up being friends and then all of a sudden they're attracted to somebody else, and then like they start talking to you about, like, it's gonna cross over so many lines and boundaries that are just like, I don't want to know all that.
But here's an interesting point as I think about it.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with them dating somebody else, then that means you're still emotionally attached.
That's right.
Which, I mean, I'm assuming
it can happen.
Well, I'm assuming there will be some leftover emotional attachment.
Agreed.
Now, is there a world where that isn't the case?
Where, I think it'll be really... and that you can go back and be, like, you're talking like that?
Well, here's my thing. Like, even if you both accept that the relationship's done, and it's like, oh, let's be friends.
Yeah.
I just, like my whole opinion is, I don't give a fuck about being friends with you.
Yeah, so you'd be
we're
like,
done. That's it. Like... Because everybody always wants to play like, oh, every girl I've dated has always been like, we can be friends still. No, I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah.
Done. Oh, we can just we could text and hang. No, we're done. We're done.
I get it.
And it depends on the person, right? Like I'm like, if we're done officially. I got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Other people I know, they like to keep them in the outskirts and fucking call them in when they want, because really it's like keeping the friend door open is just an excuse to keep that intimacy around. And it's always kind of like the I think the grass is greener over here, but if it's not, I want to be able to come back. And that's my disconnect with it, is I just don't, from a morality and ethical standpoint, I just think that's kind of like a fucked up way to treat people.
Yeah. I think we did talk about that. We touched base on that in another episode too.
I think so.
Where it's like, you want to come back after you've seen what the grass is like on the other side. And you're just like, oh, I'm not wanting to like go down that
right.
nice lush valley, but I want to come back to you. It's like, no, you decided to take the high road.
That's
so
right.
Why would I want to do that? So then what happens again down the road again? You decide I want to go down and play over there again. Like that just leaves the door open for you not really being invested, and you're only wanting to be invested until something better comes along.
That's right.
And it's just like, to me, I'm like, I'm an option. You know what I mean? So yeah, to have that and then try to continue every single time to come back into a friendship, you must be fucked to do that. Like,
yeah,
that's too much like emotional, as my friend calls it. He says it's an emotional warfare, and that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. It's just it's too much on each
It's
other.
too
Like,
messy.
and you know what? I mean, in this day and age with social media, with your phone, with this idea of instant communication every time,
Yeah.
there's this idea that you can start initiating things and then figure out your emotions and thoughts afterwards.
Yeah.
Because really what that is somebody not making a decision and just hoping the decision gets made for them in the moment, right?
Right.
Yeah, because I always talk about how before cell phones, before everything, how fantastic would it be if you decided to stop seeing somebody,
Yeah.
how you just never saw them again.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, oh, I know that if I want to see this girl, I have to, I'll have to do a walk or whatever into the next town over, or whatever, take a car somewhere or whatever, do something to see this girl. But when I always see her on this day at this time, wherever, or you're living together or whatever the circumstance is, you guys break off. Now it's you'll never see them again.
Yeah.
And like how fantastic that is.
Yeah.
Because there's this idea of you make a choice for each other. You decide if you want each other in your life. If you don't, toodles.
Yeah.
But on the same side, I mean, if we're talking short term, yeah, there's no problem with fucking and letting that be.
Yeah, trying to like be friends or whatever.
Well, yeah, because you get circumstances where there's a lot of sexual tension between you and the opposite gender.
Yeah,
or like a friend that's the opposite gender. Like, and sometimes fuck it. If you're single, if they're single,
yeah,
you could be company for the night. Not forever, but for the night. Now you just got to set the boundaries.
Well, yeah.
You just got to be like, hey,
yeah,
this thing,
yeah,
happens once.
Yeah.
Maybe twice if it's that good.
Yeah.
Once, that's it.
Yeah.
Or once, we see what happens. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
We're kind of covering these, but
overlapping.
Yeah. I guess let's talk. What are the pros and cons of staying friends? I mean, I'll say, like, if you genuinely care about one another,
yeah,
it's nice because, like, I mean, very rarely do you have such a horrible fallout with somebody that you don't want the best for them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice also to see somebody grow and become who they set out to be. So I'd say the pros is, you're not their partner, you're not there with them, but you get to see them grow and you get to interact with them as they become the person they wanted to be or you talked about.
Yeah.
So that's a pro. But
I think so too. Yeah.
But then a con would be like, it's just kind of like emotional warfare. It's not wanting to make a decision. Well, I don't want to be intimate with you anymore, but I also don't want to lose access to you as a person because I want to be able to go explore and come back if I decide. Or if I'm lonely on a Friday night, I can call you up. But if I'm not lonely on a Friday night, then fuck you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I find that's more the case.
Yep.
Sometimes friends just means unfinished. Do you agree with that statement?
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100% I do.
Would you say staying friends is more mature than ending it? I think ending it's more mature, truthfully.
I think ending it is more mature, but again, it depends on how you guys broke up. Or ended things. If you guys can end amicably, and I'm not saying be buddy friends, but be like, you know what I mean? But like call them up every once in a while, be like, hey, you know what? I have something I want to talk to you about. Like, I'm not saying every day like your best friend like that, but like if you have something that you know that they would understand, that you have that conversation, like you have that dynamic, that is okay to do. But again, everybody's different, right? Like it depends on how you respectful they are towards you, how they are towards you, if you're able to and capable to even handle that. Like, because there's so much that has happened between two people, right? Like over the course of time, whether that was short or not. Like, but there are some people that it's like I'm still like friends with, and then there are others that I could give two shits about.
Yeah.
But when I mean friends, it's not like I'm calling them up and being like, hey, I have a question to ask you about this situation. No, it's never really anything like that. It's like, if I see you, I'm going to talk to you. If I run into you, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to be like, hey, how's it going? I'm not going to like have this tension between us. And then there are others I'm like, I really could care less if I see you at the same damn place. I'm like, I'm not engaging with you. I don't want to talk to you. I'm just gonna go this way and you're gonna go that way, and that's that. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, I'm always like, I'm reflecting on mine, and it's like I have no desire to talk to you. I don't even care about calling you, texting you, nothing.
No. I wouldn't even reach out for that.
That's
it's like,
right.
But if I see you somewhere,
oh no, if I see you in person,
and like I'm cool,
we're
like,
cool.
Yeah, and if I can have like a conversation with you, and it's always been like that after, then that's cool. Like I'm fine like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but I'm not calling you out of the blue and being like, hey, I'm kind of bored right now. I'm wondering, do you have anything that like, would you like to do something today? It's such a nice day, you know. No, like that, like, you know what I mean. I'm not calling out of the blue and like doing that. Like, that's crazy. And a lot of people do say that an ex, regardless of how whatever type of relationship it is an ex for a reason. There's always that statement. So
that's right. And I mean, my problem too is if you have your ex, and like once again this starts to get into like classifications.
Yeah.
Because, you know, fooling around for a night versus doing that versus a relationship versus whatever, it turns into different things.
Yes.
But the problem with having somebody that you were emotionally or somebody you had sex with, is if they're always floating around, then there's always that level of intensity that when you're pursuing new partners, that's always around. Like there was this one girl that I fooled around with for a bit, then we became friends we settled it back into friendship because we were in the same social circle with everybody. And I remember we were at a dinner, like somebody was hosting like a friend's dinner, like a friendsgiving kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the girl that I was dating came at the time, and I was helping make food, and this girl who I had fooled around with decided at that point that time to put on a show. So well, I mean, of course she pissed the girl I was seeing off because she's being all lovey-dovey to me.
Yeah, she stepped over boundaries for sure.
Yeah, but she doesn't care. She wanted to cause that or whatever. You know, people have those moments. But so the problem with having that in the boundaries, and I mean, I should have been clear, like, hey, don't do this shit, whatever. Yeah. But, and like I said in the moment, but it doesn't matter. Like, she had a mission. So the problem with that is when you have somebody orbiting around that you've been intimate with while you're pursuing new relationships, I always find that there's just like some type of bad blood that's going to happen because of that. Yeah. To clear yourself of that is probably the best thing to do so that you can move on to bigger, better things.
Yeah, I agree.
Or to smoother, sexier things.
Oh, gosh.
I guess the real question is what boundaries are necessary if you do want to stay friends?
For sure. One of my boundaries is I don't want to know about anybody that you're talking to. I don't want to know anybody that you're dating. I don't want to know anybody that you're fucking. I don't want to know.
And I guess the boundary too is how you interact. Because you feel comfortable with that person. Yeah. You'll talk to them candidly, and you almost have to. A boundary has to be you can't speak to me candidly like that. Can't. Because if you're comfortable with somebody and you're just like, yeah, you know, my parents are going through a big thing right now, and blah 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 blah, and you start going into that moment. Yeah. Like anything that's outside a normal friend conversation. Yeah. That's breaching that intimacy barrier, right? Yeah, I agree. It's hard. Like, I mean, it's almost like it's better off to just not do it.
It is. But like I said, I've had lots of people who have been friends with their people that have dated. And some of them have worked out that they were cool being friends. And then some of them were just like, this is too fucked up. Yeah. It just depends. But again, like I said, it depends on the two people, right? Like if you can hold it down and be friends, hey man, that's cool. If you can't, then that's a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So a lot of it is being mature too. Like you gotta be mature with that person too. You know what I mean? Like be straight up, honest and stuff like that. And just like, you know, you should already know your boundaries considering that you were dating or whatever the matter was prior to you wanting to decide to be friends. So you should already have an idea of what they like and what they don't like. And then try not to step over those boundaries when you now are friends.
Yeah, but then the problem also there is that it's not so much about what they liked and what they didn't like from the relationship. It's the no flirting, no emotional dependency, clear communication, respect for new partners, no late night, what are you doing? It's like all the things that could that start moving into relationship territory. Yeah, you have to cut it all off and pull it back. Yeah. And I think that's just really hard when you've grown into the room size. It's hard to go back into the little box, right?
It is, but that's why you got to be mindful of what you're saying. And it's hard because it's like a lot of people just spurt out shit and don't even think about what they've said until it like until that person receives that information, and it's just like, why would you say that? Like, why would you talk to me like that? Why would you ask me these things? Blah 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 blah. And it's just like, don't you know that we're just like whatever, and like this is where it is, and that's where it's supposed to be. Is we're not supposed to be crossing whatever lines that you think that we should be crossing, because that's not what we're doing here, you know?
Well, to illustrate this as best as I can, I've come up with some chaotic scenarios to put Natalie in.
Oh, me!
All right, so we have all Natalie's exes lined up over
Oh,
here.
wow.
Now, imagine that.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
You make that sound so bad.
No, I'm kidding. You're just friends,
Yeah.
but still text daily. Is
Okay.
that normal or suspicious?
You're just friends, but
You're just friends. But you're still
What is
texting
this?
daily.
Just friends?
Well, it's like somebody that you were intimate with.
Yeah.
So when you had a lot of sex with, we'll say, a situationship, a partner, whatever.
Right.
Now you're just friends.
Yes.
But you're still texting daily.
Okay. Is that a bad thing?
Well, you tell
Yes.
me, is it normal or suspicious?
It's not normal.
Not normal.
Yeah.
So it is suspicious.
Yeah.
Or it's not suspicious.
No, I think it would be suspicious. Like, I would not really do that, to be honest.
I wouldn't do it either.
No.
They start dating someone new. Do you feel weird?
And we're just friends, like in the city. Yeah.
I think you do. I don't know how
Yeah.
you'd not feel weird.
No. Yeah. I definitely would.
Mm-hmm. You always want to like kind of get in them, you know?
You do, but at the same time, it's like when you tell them, you see their face kind of go, oh.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah, because
it's
there's
like,
always hope. Well, that's also the problem too with being just friends is
Yeah.
there's somebody always has hopes that it's not.
Yep.
See, my thing is I get a vendetta. I'm like, let's see if I can still sleep with you.
Oh, no.
But don't worry, I'm mature. I break it off.
So
you know?
you say.
You hang out alone. Is that okay?
It's not bad, but there's a lot of lines that can cross on that one for sure.
It's not bad,
It's
but
not.
it is bad.
It's not bad to do, but if you already know that you can't handle it and that you might jump on the guy or the girl, yeah, it might not be a good idea to be in that type of like alone setting.
One night turns into hooking up again.
Oh,
So you're just friends,
yeah.
but you guys are out. You know, that's a friend group, a group setting.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. The drinks are flowing. You're having a good time. You look
Yeah.
out across the bar, and you're not seeing any good prospects. And then, oh, ray of light. Oh, there's a just friends prospect.
Uh-huh.
So you end up hooking up again. Do you reset, or is that your cue to, all right, let's cut it off?
My opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I would see if we could reset. Yeah.
Oh,
If I'm not involved with anybody.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get this straight. Like, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not involved with anybody. In any capacity, I would probably see if we could reset. But again, it depends, right? Because it's like, if I had feelings after the sex, then I would maybe explore that or like ask about that. And if not, if they didn't want to reset, that's okay. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god.
yeah, I'd be like, let's define it.
Yeah.
Because, like, is this like a FWB
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Or what's it working? Because if you did it once, you're doing it again.
Then now we're cutting into some other
Or,
territory, right?
yeah, and then maybe, like, if you guys can't come to a common agreement and
Yeah.
whatever, maybe you cut
Cut
it
it.
off.
Yeah.
Okay. Your partner says they're uncomfortable
With what?
with your just friends. Your current partner says they're uncomfortable with your just friends. Now, you guys could be very amicable
Yeah.
in the same setting. Maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's whatever.
Yeah.
Do you end that friendship? I think it says lots about you if you don't.
Yeah, I think I probably would end it.
You have to.
Yeah.
And if you don't end it, then why are you with the current partner?
Yeah.
You should be with the other person.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Now rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Can exes really be just friends? Yes or no? The point
Yes.
blank. Oh, okay. Ever tried it? Did it work?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Who catches feelings first, usually? Male or female?
This is a toss-up, female. Okay. I've heard lots of guys catch feelings first.
I actually might. My point, if a guy stays around...
They catch feelings.
They catch feelings first. I really, in that circumstance...
Yeah.
In the beginning, I would say probably the woman.
Yeah.
Could take that.
Right while we're doing this?
Oh, it's almost done.
Okay. Let me just send a message. Okay.
Would you be okay if your partner had a friend like this?
Like what?
Like a just friends.
No.
No?
And they hooked up or they done whatever?
Yeah, and they got videos on their phone.
No! No! Definitely no!
Nah, you'd be like, oh no.
I'd be like, delete that shit. There's no reason for you to have that.
So, right. Well, and then fucking end that friendship. So then it becomes, is that actually, because on your side, you're like, oh, it's healthy. But then when it comes in the context of a partner, it's like, so a rule for me, another rule for thee.
No, in that aspect, if that was the case, I'd have to cut it.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that if you still have that person in your friendship orbit,
yes,
whether it was a situationship or one night hookup, whatever, there's obviously still feelings that you're figuring out, exploring. And that's not to say always the case, but likely it is. And if it's also that known or that out there, then you probably shouldn't be friends with them anymore, especially if you're pursuing new partners.
Yeah.
So, to conclude it all off, can we just be friends after that? A big yes or a big no?
After everything is said and done?
After everything is said and done, no. I just, no, I don't. No. And this is where you right there, come into play. I'm interested what you think.
So am I.
That's right. Tell us.
Because I think a lot of people it would be like a toss-up.
I think after they listen to the whole thing, I think a lot of people would lean no.
No? Yeah.
Because what we said there starts going into an interesting point. Because really, what's the core of it? Well, the core of it is if you're friends with somebody after interacting with them in a more intimate side, that means there's still unresolved feelings around it.
100%. Yeah.
And 100%. I think a lot of people, now that they're realizing that, they go, okay, so is it mature to be friends? Is it important to be, can you be friends after? Well, you can, but under the guise that there might be something in the future.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So you can't really be friends with somebody because then you go into a new partner context where you grow with your life and you realize, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, because like now that you put it in that perspective, it's like, how would I feel if somebody did that to me? I would not be cool with that.
That's right.
So it's like I have to be respectful over that person and like their feelings. And like if I was involved with somebody and they were like, hey Nat, you know what? I'm not really sure about this friendship that you have with so and so, right? And I'd be like, well, I'd want to know their reasoning why, right? And if it bothered them that much that it's going to cause so much heartache and so many problems in what I'm involved in, then it's not really worth it to do that. To keep, trying to justify my friendship with this person or whatever. It's just like, okay, I have to respect that because it's like I would want somebody to treat me the same way that I would want to be treated.
That's right.
So, and it would be hard because it's like, it'd be hard to like cut off people because it's like that's not what I'm used to, right? It's like you respect the person who you're with, but in turn you also respect their friends and their family. But if their friends happen to be somebody that they slept with, then obviously it's gonna put that person in a mental state of like, oh my god, every single time I'm not with her or him, are they talking to her? Are they hanging out with her? Is she telling me the truth? Are they not telling me the truth? Are they fucking?
Yeah, well,
like, what's happening? You know.
And then the problem too is that when you're going out on friend ventures, like your partner's going out on friend ventures, and you know that that person's in that bubble, that friend bubble.
Yeah.
Well, then it starts to become, are they one drink? Are they one extra margarita away from?
Yeah, exactly. So there's too many like unknowns, too many like your head spinning. Too much drama, too much everything, and it's too much to like even think about.
It just adds complication.
Yeah, so it's just like, don't complicate it things, just make it easy, because when you're with somebody, you should be only being involved with them anyways. Like there shouldn't be really any outside sources, right? Like, again, if you can keep it amicable and not put it in that realm, fine, do that. Like, not sleep with them, not whatever. If you're fine like that, that's cool. But it's like, that is completely separate. Like, you're not even, I would never even bring that up with my partner, that I'm like, oh, by the way, I hung out with this guy. And, but it's a guy that I used to deal with. What the fuck? Like, what? No. That's just gonna send the guy, like, friggin', like, what the hell? Like, why are you still talking to them? I don't talk to any of my exes. You know, you're gonna get that whole shit, right? Like, so it's like, just better not say anything. Just keep it amicable and just whatever.
And then the other side of this too is like, I mean, I'm thinking about it from now the toxic side.
Yeah.
Like, is there a way that you can manage? Because, you know, like having the girl that you like, but as a friend now, but you know, you still like to fool around. Like, it's kind of nice to have that in your back pocket.
It is.
But there's the problem is it always bites you in the ass. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, because you have an instance, like, you go to a fucking friend party, a Friendsgiving or whatever the fuck it was, potluck thing.
Yeah.
You go there, and then she decides that night she's all lovey-dovey bullshit, and then you're like, oh, okay, you're fucked. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, hey, if you can manage it and keep things separate, but then it's less like a friend that you have history with, and more like somebody that you're running a roster with, right? So it's the classification changes. So. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It just turns into a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So let us know what you think.
Yes, do.
And let us know if you have success stories. Because I'm assuming more people have non-success stories than success stories.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to hear the unicorns out there. And then I'd be interested to talk to your partner and see what they think.
Right.
And on that note.
Be like, I didn't know that.
That's right, yeah.
The doghouse Nathan.
Oh, I can only imagine.
The guy over there in that podcast said, talk about it. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, imagine. I can just imagine it. You know what? I don't even. Yeah, it's making me sick thinking about this. Because I guarantee you there's a scenario with like a guy or a girl or like whoever.
Yeah.
Where it's like somebody that's been coming over and hanging out and is like the godparent or something of their kids.
Yeah.
They have like sexual history. Oh yeah. It's done. Oh yeah. Oh, I can only imagine. Oh yeah, you know, so and so, our godparent. Yeah, we used to fuck a long time ago.
Yeah.
You'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
and you're telling me that.
Yeah, now? Yeah, exactly. Yep. I know.
Ruined.
I know. It's done. It's done.
It's not going to happen now.
Yeah. No, it's done. It's over.
So on that note, have a lovely rest of your day, guys.
Yes.
And we'll catch you next week.
Yes,
enjoy.
Bye.